Former Ohio Lieutenant Governor and former Dayton Mayor Paul Leonard is now a professor at Wright State's School of Public and International Affairs, and he joins me now. Paul, how important is retail to the overall local economy as far as making up for what was lost and then getting back on track to a healthy economy?
Well, Cheryl, it's significant. Ever since Dayton started diversifying its economic base after the 1970s, retail and service industries started growing in the community. So they've become a very significant part of the traditional Dayton economy.
Yeah, we've heard about 89% is what the state is saying will be reopened by tomorrow statewide. What percentage of retail stores locally do you believe will survive?
Well, you know, I don't want to guess. I'm worried about that because I think there's going to be a number of service industries and retail businesses that are not going to make it. I cannot see how a small restaurant with all of the restrictions is going to make it. So I think we're going to lose some businesses, no question about it. Some people are going to decide it's just not worth it. And unfortunately, we're just not going to be able to salvage those businesses.
Do you think we're going to see a spike in prices of goods when we go back to the retail stores?
Yeah, I think at some point in time we are going to see an increase in the price. I mean, when you think about farmers destroying crops, other farmers destroying animals, at some point in time in the food chain, for example, there's going to be some hitches. And I think that means we're not going to be as plentiful as we were before all of this happened. So I think prices are going to go up, and that's going to put a lot of people who are not back to work in a real squeeze.
And lastly, what do retailers have to do you think, to ensure that they will survive this pandemic and these shutdowns?
Well, they're going to have to deliver an efficient and very safe workplace so they can get first their workers back into the building and then convince the customer that, look, this is a safe place to be. You can come in here if I'm a restaurant or if I'm a grocery store, and we've got some rules and regulations, but you're going to be safe in this store. That message has to get out to people. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to hold back and wait and see what happens before they go back into retail stores.
Okay, Paul Leonard, thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll be talking to you again in the coming weeks.